Hello everyone, Satorn here. Blood Bowl 3 is a complex strategy game, sports game, which usually I don't like, but I did enjoy Blood Bowl 2 quite a bit, so I wanted to see what 3 has to offer. So what I'm going to do is break down different concepts of the game into small videos and make it easier to learn for new and returning players. This video is going to focus on the 6-sided dice and blocking dice, which are pretty unique in the game, so let's get into it. The first time traditional D6 dice are rolled is when weather is being calculated for the game, so you can see here pouring rain we have for the first half. Every time there's a kickoff event that gets rolled. There's 2d6. You can see down below. Here we got solid defense. Every time you go to pick up the ball, you're going to have to roll a d6, and that's going to be based off your agility of what you're going to need to be able to pick it up. And other teams are going to have it easier than others. So most likely you will be using some team rerolls to make sure that you picked up the ball. A lot of D6 dice are going to be rolled when you fall down on the pitch. So it's going to go against your armor first to see if you have an armor break. The next, if that's successful, you're going to have to roll another 2d6 to see what type of injury it is and how bad it is. Is it a stun? Is it a KO? Or is it something that potentially you're going to have to use your apothecary for if you own one? Again, you'll have to roll even more D6 die. And if that doesn't go into your favor, you may actually cause the death of your player. Dodging in and out of other players' tackle zones can be risky. You have to roll against your agility. Here, the human would have to roll a 3 or higher, and the dwarf here a 4 or higher. Every player can try to move 2 more spaces than their movement allows, but you have to roll a d6 die, and it's a 2+ or higher. It used to be called Going For It, and now it's called Rush in Blood Bowl 3. The catcher of the ball has to roll a d6 against their agility. The thrower of the ball has to roll a d6 against their pass skill, which is new in Blood Bowl 3. Depending on the distance, it'll also be more difficult, so look to potentially use your team rerolls here. As players get knocked out and taken off the pitch on the next drive, you're able to roll a d6 to see if you can get them back on the pitch. There are many skills that require a roll of a d6. Make sure you know your skills and your opponent's. Now moving on to the block dice. Anytime you're trying to tackle an opponent, you're going to have to roll these. The blue arrow is a defender push. You're going to see a lot of these because there's 2 on each dice. You get to choose the direction that they go, but they don't fall over. Each dice has one side that's defender stumbles, and it's an exclamation point. What's great about this is that your opponent will fall over unless they have dodge. If they have the dodge skill, then it acts like defender push, and you can only choose the direction that they're going to go. Result that you're hoping for is the POW, which is just a big explosion. This is a clean hit. There's nothing that the defender can do other than fall down and have to roll for an armor break and hopefully an injury. Attacker down is what nightmares are made of. It's the red skull. You do not want to see this if you're the attacker, because what it means is that you're going to fall over and it's a turnover. Both down, again, one side on the dice. It's not that bad if you have the block skill and your opponent does not. However, if neither of you have block, then you both fall over and it's a turnover. Last but not least, in the Warhammer lore, there is the god Nuffle of violent sports, and it's an ancient deity brought to the world by the old ones and the patron deity of Blood Bowl. So make sure before you start a match, you say a little prayer to Nuffle. I hope you found this quick Blood Bowl 3 guide useful. If you want me to go into more details about player stats, maybe team compositions, more on the rules, let me know. Put it down in the comments below. Hit that like, subscribe, notification button. It's free. And as always,
for the swarm.